Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended. And today, I plan on taming up a bison and some direwolves. And I have the bison that I want to go for right here. It's a 145 male. Fortunately, it's right next to a 140 polar bear, so a little bit worried. But I do have a trap that I believe should be able to work for bison, and I've gone ahead and collected up a ton of biotoxin that you can get down in a swamp area that's located right here on the map. There are these mushrooms there that, honestly, they look like they have eyes and teeth that you can go ahead and harvest, and with your pickaxe, you can get a ton of biotoxin out of them. So I did a little bit of harvesting down there for a little bit and came back with a bunch of biotoxin that hopefully I can use to tame this bison here, but first I'm going to have to get him out of this river, and I think I actually got him aggroed on me, so I'm going to have to make sure he doesn't get over here and knock me off my mount. I think we're good. But let's see. It's just a relatively simple trap. It's a little bit expensive, but it'll work for taming a bison. So I just need to quickly go ahead and construct it. And hopefully it shouldn't be able to get out of here, and hopefully I'll have enough trank arrows to down it. I should have enough, assuming I don't miss too many, but that's always a possibility, so hopefully I won't have to make some more, but I think we'll be okay. So, just need to go ahead and aggro with my raptor. I might actually be able to just hop up here and... Oh, there we go. Oh, did not mean to get into the river. Need to be really careful, because bison can dismount you if you're... Yep, just like that. Quickly whistle passive, and hopefully we should be able to convince it to run into the trap here. There we go. Just like that. Place the gate down, and there we go. Now it should be trapped. Hold on, what level is the Senki? Level 60. Don't really care that much. So yeah, now I can just go ahead and quickly knock it out, so I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and do that. There we go. Perfect. Alright. We'll just quickly pick up the trap, and then I can go ahead and assess the stats. Pretty decent health. Not great stamina, but that's okay. Bison have really good base stamina. Now I just gotta go ahead and wait a bit before I can feed them all the biotoxin. I'm gonna need to go and get a little bit more megaberries, so I'll quickly go ahead and handle that, and then I will bring you guys back when I'm ready to go looking for some direwolves. Okay, taming process has begun on the bison, so I'm going to quickly just go try and find a direwolf. I went ahead and put some sleeping bags down so I can fast travel back to feed it some of the biotoxin that it will need. I can run all the way back there, but just in case I end up cutting it too close, I'll just go ahead and fast travel, so I need to keep an eye on that. But if I remember correctly, I think I saw some direwolves up here last episode, so I'll try looking around here for now to see if I can find any. And I managed to go ahead and find a way to cut out most of the lag. I had to turn off the fog and clouds, which normally don't really do much for me, but it hasn't really been lagging as much since, so I'm just going to go with it for now. Personally, I like the game better with the fog and the clouds, but I'd rather lose those in the lag than keep all that, so we're gonna have to go without the fog and clouds for now until they can patch whatever's causing all that lag spikes to happen. But game seems to be running a lot smoother, so hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, hopefully we can find some direwolves up here. I'd really like to be able to get direwolves, but I guess I could settle for something like a saber, I guess. I just want something that can try and follow the bison around, and ideally direwolves would be nice due to... Oh, it's Perlavia. Ideally direwolves would be nice simply because of their ability to have a pack boost, which would be really helpful, but I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Just need to finish killing this Perlavia first. Hopefully I can find some more stuff around here to take out so I can work on getting a little bit more XP. I'm almost to the Bison Saddle, but not quite yet there, so... Just need to keep looking around. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be by a spawn zone, so hopefully nothing bad happens. But let's see. Is that? Oh, that's one of the Jerboa elves. Let's see if... Can I climb all the way up here, or... No, it's going to turn just into a cliff. I'm not really sure where all the direwolves are going to be, but I feel like I remember some being around here. That's a normal dire bear. I might be able to get over to the other side of that, or I can just try going down to the little flood lanes down there by the river. And it looks like we might have an outpost in front of us. Be a little bit more careful avoiding the fall damage. Oh, Acatinas. Interesting. Let's see. Very large mountain up there. Wonder if there's a good metal spot up there I can use eventually. Let's see. Oh, we got a snow owl right in front of us. Don't have enough to knock it out, but... Wait a minute. What level did it say? Ooh, 140. I'll have to come back for that if I can get away from it now. Let's see. Try and lose it on the mammoths. Oh, there we go. Horse can take aggro. Yeah, I'll have to come back for one of those. I'll have to tame one of them soon, but not high enough level for saddle, so I'm gonna avoid that for now. That and the snow owl would take a lot more to knock out than a dire wolf, so I definitely want to have my bison before then. In which, let's see, looks like I got a little bit more time. Oh no. We got Dinotherium chasing me. This map's got a lot of Dinotherium, which is really scary. Though at the same time, might be a good creature to try and use to fight the boss, but I want to try and use something that's exclusive to Lost Colony if I can, but I don't really know if anything in here is going to be that great. I mean, the Asidon seems like it could be good, assuming it can be brought into arenas, but at the same time, I feel like it might be a little bit too dangerous. Speaking of dangerous, I need to avoid that. Let's see. Saber, right? Oh no, those are Thylas. Really like one of those, and here's one of the Kentros is broken. Got horses, baby Parasaur. Still not seeing any sign of wolves. It's really odd. I would have thought that dire wolves would have been everywhere, but honestly, I'm starting to have second guesses as to whether I've even seen one at all. But hopefully I can find one relatively soon. And preferably a really good level. I'd like to be able to get both a male and a female so I can try and grow up a pack, but if I have to just have two that I tamed up fresh, then that'll work. Wow, that is... looks amazing. How far am I on the map? Okay, we're gone. Not that far, actually. This map's really big. Just gonna try and avoid that Perlavia, honestly. I really feel like fighting it. Let's see. Be really careful with all these trees around. Looks like we got a lake up here. Bunch of, almost looks like it's infected. Oh, there's a Daedon. Might be a good sign. Daedons are normally around dire wolves, so. Where'd it say we are right now? Aberrant spread. So I'm guessing there's probably going to be a bunch of aberrant creatures around here. So we might run into Ravagers. Something tells me if I go in there I might die. That should be a gas vein. I don't need that right now, but might come back to that later. There's another Dinotherium. This map seems to be covered with Theries, so definitely not short on creatures to fight bosses with, but of course actually choosing tends to be the hardest part. Oh, we got another big lag spike. Oh, it's even got me stuck now. There we go. Guessing that's because I haven't been in this area before, and going on the server should have been here, seeing that I'm the only one, so. Was this an outpost? Well, doesn't look like it. That's probably element water, so probably want to stay clear of that. Oh. Something tells me I should probably not try and fight these things yet. Maybe this isn't the spot to be to look for wolves. I'll try headed up north, but first I need to go back and get the bison some more biotoxins. So I will quickly go do that, and I will bring you guys back when I'm headed up north. Okay, time to head up north this time. Actually, it looks like there's a large outpost up there. Does it have a ballista on it? Yeah, it looks like it does. Molten Works. Something tells me I really need to stay away from that. Let's see. Looks like there's not a lot of stuff up here. Really prefer to not die, because snow would make finding my bag really hard, so. Got another Kentro. Kentro seem to be really bugged right now. Got Polar Bear. Fortunately, I can outrun those on a Raptor, so I'm not too concerned about them. Still not seeing any wolves, though. Would have thought they'd be everywhere around here. Tons of bison, though. Just want to keep an eye on the levels. Might not be a bad idea to try and find a good little female to end up pairing mine with at some point, but I don't know. I can deal with that later. Looks like there's another aberrant area over here. And there's a bunch of the... Are they revenants? Don't need to fight those guys right now. Oh, there's tons of them. Theory. Let's see. Oh goodness, is that Revenant Stego? So I'm guessing that's basically just like a corrupted Stego. And I'm gonna just get away from that before it causes problems. Big, wide open, snowy plains, and yet still no sign of any wolves. I remember trying to tame one last episode, but I don't know. Maybe they're just really rare for some reason. I don't know. Just have to keep looking. Okay, so it's sometime later, and I've gone all over the place, and I still haven't been able to find any direwolves, but I have found this 145 saber that I'm gonna try and tame. So I just want to go ahead and. Oh no, it's fighting a bison now. Never mind. I got back to nothingness. Okay, after searching for an extensive period of time, I finally ended up finding a good level wolf. Unfortunately, it's got a pack, and they're attacking that mammoth over there. So I'm gonna need to set up the trap quick, and it seems that I have a raptor after me. Alright, hopefully we can actually get this thing. I just gotta quickly take out all these raptors. There's also a revenant in there. Okay. And looks like my... And it looks like the mammoth actually took out all the wolves. Yeah. Okay, it's been a really long time, and I haven't really been able to find any wolves, and honestly, I haven't really found any good level sabers, at least none that survive more than a couple seconds before something kills them, but I did find this max level Carno, and honestly, at this point, I'm desperate enough to take it. I really haven't been finding anything around here, so I think that this is probably about the best bet that I have right now. So I'm gonna set the trap up again, same trap that I used for the bison. Hopefully it'll work for a Carno. Hopefully it doesn't aggro onto me before I can finish setting it up. I don't think a Carno should be able to walk through a double door, but I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Okay, we can just hop on my raptor again. And let's see. Let's get her aggroed. There we go. And I should have enough stuff to knock her out. Unfortunately, the 145 Sidon is right there, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful not to get that thing angered, but... okay. Oh, shoot, she can walk outside of it. Okay, that could be a problem. Let's see. Need to quickly find something to take the aggro away while I remake the trap. Oh, well. There goes the Carno. Yeah, there's no way she's gonna be able to kill a polar bear. Yeah. Okay, I've been out here for quite some time, and I found a max level Carno, and honestly, I think this is the best chance that I have. I've already actually tried taming a couple Carnos, and a couple Sabers, and a Direwolf, and everything so far has just gotten killed by something, normally a Mammoth, so I'm gonna try and get this Carno, see if we can make it work, but I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to be able to pull it off. I'm going to start by just setting the trap up. Fortunately, it looks like I'm going to have some trouble putting it down here, but I think I can make it work. I learned earlier with Carnos that you can't use double doors, so I'm going to have to use singles. Then I'll just put the gate down like normal, and then send my raptor over here. Let's go a little further than that, actually. I'll put my hide armor in it just in case, and then I will put down a sleeping bag just in case I die. I think that the bison should end up getting tamed up on its own, but we'll see. And now all I got to do is just get this guy into the trap. And yeah, alright, there he is. So just gonna take a shot over here, and perfect. Alright. Hopefully it'll actually walk into the trap. It's a little bit far off the ground, so I'm a little bit nervous. It's not gonna... Almost. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Okay. Feels so nice to actually have one of these things in the trap this time. It is... I feel like there's almost no creatures on this map that you can really tame relatively early game. Here, I'll just pull my raptor over. But... That... Nope, didn't hit. There we go. But I mean, almost everything that you would think you could tame early game, like wolves and sabers, is... I mean, there's barely any of them. I mean, there's a little bit of sabers, I guess, but there's really not a lot to go ahead and get you good levels early on. And wolves, I mean, I've only seen like 2 packs of wolves in the entire time I've spent here, and the bison's already almost tamed, so that tells you just how long I've been out here. I think that he should pass out here pretty soon. So I'll give him a few seconds, but... Oh, that's not good. Here, maybe one more shot to the head. Maybe that'll do it. There we go, alright. But yeah, there's just barely anything out here to go ahead and try to tame, so it's been really difficult, and I didn't want to have to go and settle for a Carno, but honestly, it's been my best option. Stat-wise, looks like we're really just a really good weight Carno, which is okay, but really prefer it if it was more into health or damage. Pretty sure the other ones around here are bad levels, right? Yeah, we got 25 and a 95. I guess I could check over the hill, and that's the baby. I'll need to go get some mutton. I don't think I have any on me, right? Yeah, it all spoiled by now. Yeah, it's been a pretty long time. I don't know why, but it just feels like this map has almost nothing for you to tame on it. Rather that was done on purpose, or rather I'm just getting really unlucky. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's definitely made it really difficult given that finding tames has been so hard. Just want to make sure there isn't any Carnos over here. Got some Spinos down there, but I'm not really looking for... Oh, no. Oh, that's gonna... I thought that'd do more damage, actually. Not really interested in a Spino right now. You said, though. Level 25. Looks like I might be trapped, so I think I'm just gonna have to head back. Yeah, I think I'll just go get some mutton for the Carno, wait for it to tame up, and then head back, get the bison, then I think I'm gonna have to call it there. I've been out here for quite some time, and there's just really nothing out here, and at the very least, I need to go ahead and harvest a bunch of narcoberries with my bison. I think I might try and get a small herd of them for now. I think that'd be a good idea. Just can run around with a bunch of bison, and I'll have the Carno as a bit of a backup creature just in case. So if I ever need to run back to get my stuff, I can use the Carno, or I can just use the harvest some hide. But I'll figure it out at some point. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go get this guy some food, and then I'll come back when they're both tamed up. There we go. Alright, Carno's all tamed up. Let's take a look at the stats. And, alright, decent weight, but pretty bad combat stats, so that's not great. Fortunately, I'm going to have to walk it all the way home, so it's going to take some time, and hopefully we won't end up getting it killed in the process, so just going to quickly head back, and I can check out the bison as well, and then I think I'm just going to have to call it for this one, as I've been out here way too long, and I'm starting to run out of time to record, so yeah, I'll just go pick up the bison, and then I'll come back when we get home. Okay, I'm finally back with both the bison and the Carno. We actually almost lost the Carno on the way back due to the turrets on the, I think it's the Molten Works over there, and then a polar bear, but fortunately my Veilwind was able to sacrifice itself against the polar bear. So we're just going to take a look at this Bison stats, and yeah, as expected, nothing too great, especially considering that its effectiveness was butchered so badly by using berries, but hopefully it'll be a decent amount, at least for now. I'm definitely having to adjust how I do things here. This is not normally how I play ARK, and I forgot that you need cementing paste for a bison saddle. Can I at least make a Carna saddle? Okay, perfect. But yeah, I'm having to adjust and learn how to handle this. Lost Colony is, I feel like it's unlike any map I've ever really played. I feel like the progression is a lot harder and less straightforward, so it's been really difficult to get to that point, and it looks like pretty soon I'm gonna have to start learning how to do PvP, which terrifies me. At least, hopefully, I won't have to deal with anything too intelligent, seeing that it is still NPCs. They hopefully won't be too difficult to handle, but at the same time, I am a little bit worried that it's going to be pretty difficult to take on. So, yeah, I'm going to need to go ahead and start getting more stuff. I'm thinking that I might tame up some more bison, and I might keep trying to look for a pack of dire wolves. I don't really know. But, yeah, I'm going to have to start really thinking about what the next steps are, because there's so much I don't know about this map, and I feel like there's a lot that I need to understand, and I still need to look at the skills, because I haven't really taken too much of a look at those, so I'll have to go through this at some point and see what I want to work on, and if I want to work on anything at all. I don't really know. It almost seems like there's multiple different ways to go ahead and play, so it almost sounds like you can choose to either fight for the survivors, what Helena tells you to do at the very start, or you can go and basically defect to the Lost King. So I'm not exactly sure about all of that, and I'm not really sure if there's an easy way to go ahead and determine which path you're going to take, or if there even is two endings, or if it's just different ways. Yeah, there's so much I need to learn about this expansion, and I really don't know much, but yeah, at this point, it's been really difficult. I've honestly thought about going ahead and just starting back from scratch again, just because I feel that this has been such a rough start, but I'm going to keep going for now, but if I ever do suffer something catastrophic, I may have to restart back at 0 again, and I might just try restarting the playthrough, because it's been absolutely brutal. But yeah, I think that's gonna have to be it for this one, is I'm running out of time to really do much else. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, farewell.